tiebreak, or not a tiebreaker, it's a warm-up in one of the matches earlier today. I wasn't here for all of them, so Deadbeat would probably know that better than me. But
I don't think it was today. I think it might have been last round, but yes, I do recall seeing it actually.
What was the map?
it was called Toy Box. They were playing the Nerf difficulty for it. I'm fairly sure I saw it in the VOD. I don't know if that was in the round of 16 or if that was in the quarterfinals from previous matches, but definitely a pretty hard map, and would kind of suck if they ended up using the non-Nerf version for finals or something like that.
I'm not sure, sorry. I could go back through all the MP links and have a look.
Yeah, if you want to do that, go for it. While you're doing that, just a quick discussion about the players that are in the room right now. So we have Suke912, U68, and Asasuyura for Team Japan, and for Team Hong Kong, we have Megan Miser, Sing216, and John571. Really is kind of hard to talk so much about their team strengths because Japan is just a wall of consistency and doesn't really have any serious weaknesses. Like, Japan's weaknesses are almost on par with most teams' strengths, which is really scary when you think about it. And for Hong Kong, they're missing some of their players that would really allow them to push some of their strengths, so I think it's going to be a really uphill battle to take a point, but I have faith. I have faith that Hong Kong can be the first team to do it.
I would not be surprised if they were to.
Alright, and we're going into our first warm-up here of Sound Voltex 4 Heavenly Haven, Illness Lilin.
It would be interesting to see what all the players can offer from this warm-up.
I have found it.
Yay!
Chile vs Russian Federation, Toy Box, Infinity Oni.
That's actually a bit of a surprise, to be honest. That's group stage.
Yep.
I knew that we saw that map at some point, because I remember seeing it. I just couldn't remember what stage it was in. Anyway, so this warm-up is Japan's pick here, and we see Asasuyura throwing on the hidden there, showing off some reading skills. And meanwhile, you on Hong Kong's side, though, John571 is still holding fairly high accuracy, above 98%. Magno and Sing struggling a little bit in comparison, but it is just a warm-up.
It's actually really interesting to see Sing216 with the fairly low accuracy. Of course, I can see that Sing is not much of a speed player, so of course that's going to impact it. But just in general, Sing has a crazy good accuracy. One of the best accuracy players that's not from Japan.
What's really interesting here is seeing just the difference between the players on Japan's side. Like, again, Yu is just dominating with the SS right now, but you look at Tasuke and Asasuyura, who seem to be struggling a little bit more. I know Asa is using a mod, but I thought
Yep, Yu does what he wants.
yeah, just casual SS on quite difficult map. No
Just-
problem.
No, not an issue. That's a warm-up. Not 1 million points because skull bug, but I mean...
How many times has you been, like... I'm trying to think of a good word for this.
Robbed?
Robbed, yeah, robbed of their full 1 million points at this point. I think it's been at least like 3 times.
I'd say it's close to half a dozen.
I remember seeing at least 3. Alright, and we have Hong Kong's warm-up, which is going to be a Camellia map. Anomaly.
Please Who mapped this? It's Yota, correct? Please change the artist, because it says Kamalia.
Yeah, it's so rough. You know, that difficulty name reminds me of a mapper that used to be... Do you remember Sandpig?
Sandpig, yes, I remember. They've got a difficulty on Mani Mani, I believe, which is literally a pig face. It's the difficulty name.
Man, what happened to Sandpig? Sandpig actually made some really good maps. Somebody out there that knows Sandpig, like, go find out what the heck they've been up to lately and, like, see if they map anymore. Alright, so who played this map before Jai?
I believe it was in LMS, so it was either there or I found it from a random multi, but yes, I've seen this map before. It is not very nice.
Yeah, I think at this point, once we get to the top seeds, like, facing off against each other, the warm-ups are going to be more of a show-off phase where people are going to be picking some really hard stuff because it gets your hands warmed up and it allows you to really show off what your team can do.
Play the mind games. And then hope it doesn't backfire.
Play the long maps to tire out Japan so you can beat them.
Yeah, just throw some, like, really hard map. Like, I had sent a map to you on Twitter asking if they could pass it. And it was like a 400 BPM map, and they couldn't pass it. So just, like, put a map like that in for your warm-up and just tire out you as much as you can. Maybe you'll get a point.
Well, to be honest, this map's not hard. It's somewhere around the low 6-star region, but it is 4 minutes and 20 seconds in length, of course.
And we're going to have that completely lit time with Aswasayura going for the hidden hard rock and Thomas with just hard rock alone. Should be very interesting to see if Aswasayura can actually maintain combo with hidden hard rock on this map. And I mean, we're still in warm-ups here, but it just goes to show, even on Hong Kong's side here, they're a fairly strong wall of consistency themselves. Like, Singh and John both sitting at 100%. John dropping 100% there as I was speaking. Thomas is holding a fairly high accuracy too until a couple of misses. And then it's just, you look at Japan's side, and you have Shinshiko playing single 100, even through warm-ups. And Aswasayura with hidden hard rock is still at an insanely good accuracy.
How insane they are, as always.
I mean, at this point, it's almost expected of them. I feel like Japan must have a lot of pressure on them to perform well just because of the expectations people have of their team.
Yeah, that's what happens when you win several World Cups.
Yeah, this is looking to be their 4th in a row if they win this one.
Who says they're gonna win this one?
I mean, the odds are definitely in their favor.
We've got harder mapfuls now, players have gotten better, teams have grown stronger.
In Japan.
Don't think like that.
I mean, everyone's going to try their best against them, but it's definitely a very, very big wall to climb over. I think the first year we actually have Japan lose, there's going to be like...
So lose to Japan B. They'll lose to Japan A.
Let's not even go back into the time where there was Japan A and Japan B back in, like, what was that, 2013 Taiko World Cup?
It was, yeah, around there. I remember just looking, it's like first place, Japan B. Second place was Taiwan. Third place was Japan A, or something like that. I'm just like, why?
Yeah, once upon a time, teams could have more than one team participating in the Taiko World Cup. So you'd have, like, Canada A, Canada B, Japan A, Japan B. Anyway, going back to the match, again, just Yu still has not dropped a single bit of accuracy.
And Singh.
Singh as well is actually holding that 100% too, yeah. And honestly, just accuracy from every player is extremely impressive. Thomas and Asasira are a little bit behind. Thomas a bit more so than Asasira. 20% with hidden hard rock is incredibly impressive. They did end up dropping, but still very high accuracy.
And also, yeah, Shinchiku's only on 1/100 right now as well. Basically keeping on par with you.
Yeah, Sing alone is just not enough to compete against Japan Might. I think like they have a combined 100 of less than 30. You getting the double S again, Shinjuku Home with 1/100. Sorry, 2 100s, both on finishers from looks of it. And then yeah,
and once again robbed of the 1 million points.
Both players actually robbed of the 1,000,000 points. Both Sing and you. Somebody give these players their +1 point, please.
Just one day it's going to happen. X team loses by 1 point to Y team just because of that.
Yeah, I can't even wait to see. That's going to be hilarious if we actually have a 6-way double S and then just one player has 1,000,000 and another one doesn't. Alright, so that is our warm-ups. We will be going into the ban phase here in just a moment. We'll find out what players are going to be banning on both sides. I feel like Hong Kong is going to want to get rid of double time because the double time pool is exceptionally hard. Especially Sick. I think Sick is the hardest map that's in this pool.
As banned by Canada, of course.
Hey, just my personal opinion. I do think that map is actually the hardest map in the pool.
Now, Hong Kong is also missing Choco, so banning DT would be wise.
Just waiting for the roll from Japan.
And
okay, I guess
beautiful.
I guess you can lose in something. Has to be
You rolled the amount of 100s he will get during the entirety of this match.
I was going to say like the entirety of Taiko World Cup. How many 100s has he even gotten so far?
Well, I think he got 5 100s and 2 misses on responsibility response in group stage. So I mean that already throws it out the window.
And here I was like saying like I was really high expectations of you. I'm like, there's no way they've gotten 100 yet.
In group stage, that was hilarious. I remember it's just like I'm pretty sure it was the whole Japanese team. Just like it was against Poland, they just all missed on that 3-star map, and it was pretty amusing to watch. Well, it looks like Japan is going to be banning first.
What would a team like Japan ban? Do they just ban like the longest map just so they don't have to play it?
Well, either that or they just ban their opponent's strength, I suppose.
I think, like, realistically, Japan's weakest point is in Hard Rock. But I don't think there's really any teams that can take advantage of that either. And I don't think Hong Kong has the ability to take advantage of that because they are missing out on some players right now. And yeah, you banning out Sneak Snake, which is actually one of the Hard Rock picks, so Japan banning out what I guess you could say is one of their weaknesses.
And there goes the Sick, of course.
Yep, so Sneak Snake and Sick both being banned out.
They banned out the sickening map.
I definitely saw Sick getting banned. There was almost no way that was going to get through against a team like Japan.
And Sneak getting banned, I believe it's the faster of the Hard Rock picks, so highest throw speed as well. So it's a fair enough ban from Japan. But we'll have to see what Hong Kong chooses first. Hey, Tasha, there you go.
Oh wow, this is the first time the heterochromia here has actually been selected. My map is actually getting some recognition. This is a pretty heavy one Max.
How's it feel? How's it feel after the tragic epidermis?
I can't blame a single soul for not picking Epidermis, to be honest with you. That map should not have been in group stage. No way.
Well, from LMS we've seen that U68 can SS this, so a little worried for Hong Kong right now.
Magno having a brief moment of being Japanese. D1's like, I want to be Hong Kong, or I want to be, from Hong Kong for a little while.
Every weeaboo's dream fulfilled by Magnemizer in a matter of moments.
Just became Japanese for a moment. And no matter how much you bohoyo in chat, you can never do what Magno is doing right now, unless you participate in the Taiko World Cup and face off against Japan. Now
That's an interesting question. What no mod can you not SS?
What, no mod?
Yeah.
Well, there's the map I linked, which is like 400 BPM. So
actually, if I had to pick a map, it'd probably be Marry Me Nightmare, to be honest.
You don't think that he can do Marry Me Nightmare? On no mod?
I've seen you ban out SV fix, so anything with high sliders like that, I reckon can trip him up.
Yeah, I will say that I've noticed that Yu does seem to struggle a little bit on slider velocities, and judging from their Twitter, they don't seem to be huge fans of slider velocity maps. So I can kind of understand not wanting to see those, and all the more reason that I would totally love to see a lot of slider velocity maps in the semifinals pool. Please make it happen. All right, so going into the first match here, will Hong Kong be able to hold out against the might of the Japanese wall? While we're waiting here, Deadbeat, so how many more maps are there left that have not been selected?
I just posted in chat. There are 2.
Oh, time to guess. I believe they're Ganymede and Gayu Tensei?
I mean, it doesn't seem as amazing to guess when the answers are in the chat.
Oh, I didn't even look. Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah.
I'm right, okay.
It is both of them.
Hey.
Best guess right now, right here. I should say Australia.
Hey, you.
Hey, you. We are pure gold.
Oh, Singh getting a drop there on some of the really heavy monos. Magno as well, getting a couple misses on some of the 1/6 monos.
I believe those monos are suited. Whoa, you! What is going on here? Taske, what is going on? You've seen it here. You've seen it here, guys. You've seen the client stuff up. Though Taske's miss looks genuine.
Yeah, Tsuke did miss. Still hitting a fairly high accuracy. Every single player from Japan above 99% right now. On Hong Kong's side, we have Singh, who is actually chilling out about 99.45%, keeping up with at least Tsuke from Japan's side. Yu and Shinchuka both just being consistency monsters right now. 99.82% from Shinchuka and 100% from Yu. Again, looking for another double S. So that score gap just grows bigger and bigger. It's over 210,000 now. I mean, if there's anything to take out of this, it's that Japan isn't completely unbeatable. They do miss. It's just that you have to play as good as them and not miss. And with how Score V2 is, and it's like, Score V2 is so heavy on accuracy, it doesn't look like there's many teams that can really keep up with this. First point.
U68, of course. Of course, giving us LMS vibes.
Yeah,
But yes, first point going to Japan.
casual SS, you know.
Casual. Yep. 3 maps, 3 SSs, no big deal.
So you guessed 2 100s because of the roll on 2 from you.
Yep.
Do you think it'll actually end up being 2 100s?
Depends how smart Hong Kong go with their picks. Then again, it's very difficult to pick against Japan.
For those that
But
are...
interesting. But expected from Japan.
Yeah, so going towards the speed picks, probably a good choice against Hong Kong. I do see questions in chat about how did this player get over 1 million points? This is impossible. Well, here's the thing. Sliders are bonus points, so every extra tick that you hit on a slider is an additional point over the 1 million cap. So if there are sliders in the map, and players are hitting all the ticks on the sliders, and they get 100%, they will get over 1 million score. The more you know.
Oh, this is interesting. Hong Kong has resulted to the point of rolling to see which player plays the map.
I guess they can kind of get away with that, can't they?
Yeah, they can do what they want.
That's kind of what happens when you have the top 6 players in the entire taiko rankings on your team.
I also believe, has this pick been picked every match? I believe it has.
It was picked in our match, it was picked in this match, and it was picked in some of the ones that I was watching. I didn't see all of them earlier, so...
Second pick for United Kingdom, first pick for Chile, first pick for Australia, third pick for Canada.
So it has been picked every
There you
single
go.
match so far. Honestly, that's not too surprising. This map isn't extremely heavy on 1-6, which a lot of other maps are fairly heavy on, and a little more complex. This one's mostly about speed. If you can keep up with the high BPM at the end, then most players that are able to play at that speed won't really have too much issue with accuracy. I do not see anybody from Japan missing on this. I'd actually be surprised if we saw a miss from Japan. I also do not see players like Singh or Thomas missing on this either.
Here's a bit of deja vu. Semi-finals last year, winners bracket, Japan versus Hong Kong. And it resulted in a 6-0 to Japan.
Oh dear.
So starting off early here, we see everybody on Japan still holding a double S. And the only player that actually has dropped a double S so far is Thomas 1195. And actually ending up missing as well, having a little bit of issues there. Thomas seeming to recover a little bit here, still a fair bit behind on accuracy as Japan is still just dominating on accuracy. Kazuke finally dropping that 100%. All 100% on Hong Kong side's now gone as well. Only you still holding 100%. Has not gotten a single 100, even on the warm-ups.
I'm telling you, 2 100s. Actually, what'll be interesting is to see which players actually try to hit the finishes in the really fast section towards the end.
I guess I can't really speak there as I'm a DDKK player, so that's easy for me. For KDDK players, though, that can be fairly challenging as, you know, split and 2 no-hits are kind of tricky to do.
Yeah, we have to stray both hands away from whatever we're doing just to hit them.
I think we may actually see another double S here. John 571 having another miss there, but still holding very high accuracy, 99.71%, highest from Hong Kong's side right now. Or sorry, not highest, second highest. Sing 216 actually, I think, sitting on 1/100 right now, tied with SOS Lira. Thomas's accuracy is starting to get back up there now, only about 20,000 points behind on Tsuke's score.
But as we know, Japan are very fast players and they might be able to outpace Hong Kong during this section.
Yeah, this section here's just going to get faster and faster, and Thomas already showing a little bit of issues with keeping the pace here, dropping on accuracy and getting some misses.
And that 30-point score lead is now 100,000 points.
Yeah, and everyone from Hong Kong now is just struggling to maintain their accuracy. Sing and John holding out fairly well through it, both still above 99%. Thomas not so lucky on the other hand, dropping quite a bit. And again, you with another double S. That is 4 double S's now without a single 100 between that.
You stop.
Like, we know you're amazing, please.
Actually, look at this. Actually, look at his score right now. It's really funny. If you add 1 point, that would be the max score for all the slider ticks. So he's actually still getting ripped off by 1 point. even if he passes 1 million and hits all the sliders, he's still 1 point short.
Do you think that's even going to get fixed for like the finals, or do you think it's just going to stay like that?
Nah.
I don't think it's a bug. I think it's just a thing to with finisher hits.
That's totally a rounding error.
Yeah, I think it's a rounding error. Because you'll find that sometimes when you hit notes, like for example goes 300, then it'll slowly creep up to 301 and 302. Sometimes it goes backwards for like 1 or 2 notes. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, it's mostly just a rounding error. Still, that's essentially max score and crazy.
I mean, you might as well consider it to be max score. And this is a good pick for Hong Kong. So,
Yes.
as we were saying, you not a huge fan of slider velocity stuff. This map, very slider velocity heavy. It has parts where if you do not hit the ninja speed, spinners, or sliders, you will end up combo breaking, and that will affect your score.
And I believe there's 1 or 2 sliders in this that if you do them a bit too early, you'll end up not being able to hit the following note, which I think is very interesting.
That's true. The 2 that you're talking about are actually, there's one section where there are 2 very fast sliders followed by a dawn finisher. If you are too quick on hitting that dawn finisher after the second slider, you'll miss. And the other one is right after the stream, there's another slider note followed by a finisher. If you are too early hitting that finisher, you will miss. It's basically slider note lock. That's the best way to describe it, is like, it'll take your hit and it'll register as a slider hit. And you'll just kind of miss.
Actually, I want to ask you, Tasha, what has been your favorite map to play in this pool? In my opinion, it's this one right here.
In the quarterfinal pool?
Yes, in the quarterfinal pool, sorry.
In the quarterfinal pool, I would probably say that my favorite is Ram.
Ah yes, it's the Glalacard Stream OD5 no lock everywhere map.
My favorites are basically Ram, Pumpin' Junkies, and Insight Alice.
Oh yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't like the other picks in the pool either. It's just like, I found the hard rock picks were approaching that limit where you have a bit of a hard time reading it consistently, especially in a tournament environment.
Yeah. I mean, seeing the hard rock picks, you've got Snakes, I believe 210 with SV increase, and 1/6 that starts offhand if you're a KDDK, which is also pretty weird. And then you've got Gaio Tensei, which is just more weird streams which are half offhand as well. So yeah.
Weird in general, like the streams just feel so awkward to play. Like they look really simple, but they're actually fairly hard to hit properly. Like if you're not paying attention to what you're like playing, I guess you should say. Like, I don't really know how to describe it, but the patterns aren't the kind of patterns you would normally see. All right, and we'll have to see if Hong Kong's second pick here can finally manage to get them a point. If there's going to be a point, this is probably the best map selection for Hong Kong to get it on.
Oh, there's still Gaia Tensei, I reckon, as well.
Yeah, that's probably the next option there, but I feel like they're really lacking on that third Hard Rock player right now, so it might not work out even with that. We'll have to wait and see, though. I mean, if it gets picked, we'll end up finding out, so...
What a great start to the map. You're introduced straight away with a high SV spinner and 5 cats at a really high SV already. Oh, that's interesting. Yu's already missed a slider tick.
We're getting some really minor flickering there between Hong Kong and Japan, but that miss from John because of the ninja sliders. And another miss from John. John, I don't think, was ready for this map. Struggling a little bit with the spinner as well, combo breaking there. Not the only player, though. Shinchika Home and U1 dropping as well. A lot of players dropping. Only player
there we go.
has got through so far is U68. Finally dropping that 100%.
As predicted, that 250 BPM 1/6 section is just not possible for you to assess.
It's just scary to me. This is honestly Hong Kong's best chance of taking a point on this particular map, and then just look at the score difference anyways. Still, almost 130,000 point difference between the two teams.
Yeah, and the rest of this map is, I would say, relatively calm in comparison to what we've just seen with those 1/6 sections. So it's going to be very difficult for Hong Kong to come back from this.
Yeah, I mean, the map is fairly short past that 1/6 section, so it's not looking like it's really possible for Hong Kong to come back, as we are at the end of the map now, and a just gigantic lead for Japan. 213,000 point difference between the two teams.
Well, there is one of the two 100s, everyone. One more awaits in this match. Still, 99.94% is absolutely ridiculous. Getting 98 on this map is hard enough.
Yeah, this map is not easy to get high AC on, as you can see from even the other players in Japan. Shinchika Home sitting at 97.01%, which is not normal for a player of their caliber to be sitting around. And that's still strong enough to compete with like everyone from Hong Kong. Only Thomas beating that score.
It was very interesting to see that Sing could actually keep pace and even best Shinchiku in both 100 and miscount. So there is still that, I suppose, power that Hong Kong has, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough.
Yeah, even Thomas is like, the score of U68 is way too high. What do?
Plus enough.
Alright, so Japan's pick now. How are they planning on going about this? They can pretty much pick whatever they feel like picking. I would really like to see them pick the maps that haven't been picked yet. That would be awesome.
Ganymede is crazy. I want to actually see. Well, they did actually pick Pumpin' Junkies, which is 320 BPM, and you know, Ganymede is in the same mod bracket, and it's got that high speed there, so it's possible.
Definitely is possible. Should be seeing very shortly if they end up going for Ganymede or not.
Oh my goodness.
There it is. Okay, so first time we're going to see Ganymede on stream. This is a very hard map.
It's a troll map. It's just a troll map. It's disguised as 200 BPM, but in reality, it's not.
In reality, it's like 300 BPM.
I believe it's the last third of the whole map is literally just mapped in 1/6 and nothing else. And you know, for full alt players, I would imagine that this is a lot easier on the hands.
Just to give like an idea of how difficult this map actually is, there was only 3 maps in the entire pool that I had a hard time getting above 900k on. This is
definitely one of them. Definitely.
This is one of them. And it's deceiving too, because the map looks pretty simple, but the patterns at the end are pretty hard to hit, and because of the speed as well, it's just not something that most people would want to pick in the map pool, and that's why you've seen it banned so much, or not selected.
Oh, I was very sad when the United States banned it. Very sad. I want to see this map, but here we are. We are going to see it with Hong Kong and Japan, no less.
Now, this is where your prediction for U68's 100s is going to be make it or break it. If you get 100% here, then I don't know what's going to cause the next 100 to happen.
Though, to be honest, I mean, this map is only 300 BPM. You can play full ult very well, and, you know, this map is sort of tended towards that, so I would actually not be surprised with an SS.
Oh, we actually just got the other...
Oh, there it is.
There cannot be any more 100s for your prediction to be right.
Oh, dear. Oh, you don't ghost tap like that. It's frightening me. So for said prediction to be correct, he needs to SS like the hardest part of this map. Actually, I'm starting to think that it's not possible, especially with the slowdown that's just before it as well.
Misses from Magnemizer and Tsuke at the same time there, canceling each other out. John missing as well. Everyone is actually holding at a fairly high accuracy, other than Magna, who has tanked a little bit there. Tsuke and John both having fallen below 99%. Tsuke getting back above him now. And this is where the map gets hard.
Oh dear, here we go. Oh, well, there's a 100 from you. Prediction is dead.
And as you can already see here, looking at Hong Kong's side, Sing is able to keep up with this, as Sing is an incredibly fast speed player, but looking at John and Magno can just not keep up on this map. It is too difficult, and John's accuracy dropped quite a bit from that section.
Yeah, if you can't full alternate at a speed such as this, you are really going to struggle, because that is essentially the only real way to play this section. You are not going to single tap and have a good time. And just like that, even though we thought the scores were originally pretty close at the start with the more calmer sections, it just ended in a 400k smashing.
Yeah, and to be entirely honest, I can't say that wasn't really to be predicted there. Just, it's such a hard match for Hong Kong to win in this particular scenario. Like I said, they're missing Chocola, which severely hurts their overall team strength. And they're playing against like basically the top 6 players in the game.
Despite that, though, hats off to Sing. That is a very good play.
Yeah, that was actually strong enough to beat everybody except for you. They even like just barely edged out on you on there.
And of course, Magno got the glorious 69 misses.
Best miscount, clearly. Alright, so Hong Kong getting their last chance here to get a point. Going for Ram, OD5 map, so there's potential for no lock if a player misses. I do not see a player missing on this map, at least from Japan's side, so very likely we may actually end up seeing a triple SS.
Yeah, it is only OD5, so lowered accuracy. The streams sort of help keep you in beat. So as long as there's no ridiculous missing in strings and not locking, I would not be surprised to see even more than 3 SSs.
Yeah, I was going to say, on the flip side, though, this is actually Hong Kong's chance to take a point, because if somebody from Japan does mess up, there's the opportunity for note lock, which would severely hurt the score of a player from the Japanese side. All Hong Kong needs to do here is just get insanely good accuracy, comparable to Japan, and not miss. It's easy. We figured out how to beat Japan.
Just don't miss. And get accuracy.
Just 100% everything.
I mean, like I said, it is the best opportunity for them to do it. On OD5 maps, there's a much higher chance of getting an SS as the accuracy requirements are lower. All right, here we go. Hong Kong's third and potentially final pick, as Japan is looking to get their 5th point here. Will Hong Kong put that dent in the Japanese wall, or will the wall stand strong and undented?
Alright, let's hope that Hong Kong picked well. Actually, it's very interesting. If you look at Uwan's accuracy, it's actually dropped a bit, and Hong Kong is going to take the early lead at the start.
Yeah, Agno dropped a little bit in accuracy as well, but with the accuracy from Singh and Thomas matching Yu and Shikohome, it's really coming down to Magno and Yuan right now. Can Magno hold out and get a higher accuracy than Yuan? It looks like there may also be some points coming in from finishers. It's so close right now, the difference in score. Come on, Hong Kong, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh no, and Magnemizer dropping. No, not like this. It was so close to actually being a really, like, hog champ point.
There is still the last stream. Anything can happen, Tasha.
This is true. Shinjuku missing and tanking hard on accuracy. Is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? It's not looking like it'll be enough. Magno just tanked too hard, I think, in order for it to count. This
the
was
long
the
stream. It doesn't look like they're going to miss, and looks like Japan is still going to hold on.
Oh, that was the chance right there. Shinshuka Home just dropped. Look at that. One miss led to 7 more misses in its wake. You getting another double S.
But Japan side, no 100s.
Just how? How do you not get 100s? Like, how do you miss before you get 100? That's my question.
Misses are less rare in Japan than 100s are. We've been playing taiko backwards, everybody.
Can we point out that you finally got the 1,000,000 points?
Yeah, actually,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
Finally getting 1,000,000 points. Deserved, too.
I was so rooting for Hong Kong in that last one. I think in my chair, it's like, come on, you can do it.
I think everybody wanted Hong Kong to be able to take a point. People want to see Japan finally prove that they're human.
Give way.
All right, so for the next match
look
coming up, it will be Taiwan versus Germany. So that will be coming up at another 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, we got up at a time.
Yeah, it's at 11:30 UTC, so we got a fair bit of time until the next match. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions about the Taiko World Cup or just questions about us in general, feel free to say them in the Twitch chat. We'll do our best to answer them. Or if you just have questions for the commentators, commentators are Tasha, myself, and Jai, who is with me, and there's also Deadbeat, who's doing stats.
I have a question for you, Tasha.
Ask away.
How are you looking forward to your match in the semi-finals now?
I want it to be written on my gravestone that I tried my best.
Fair.
Do you think you have a chance to at least take a point or two?
Yes.
Oh, I definitely reckon they do. They did it last year. They could probably do it again.
Do you think you have a chance of getting 5 points?
Heck no.
No.
And the optimism just goes out the window when it gets to more than 2 points.
2 points maybe. 3 points if we have the opportunity to get Gezo to come to Canada again. Anything more than that? Nah.
Well, I mean, Janitor did get 3 points against you by himself, so...
To be fair, that is a one-on-one.
I don't know.
It is a bit of a different dynamic than a team like this.
I don't really want to say too much, but I do feel that Canada does have opportunities to take points against Japan. It's just that we all have to play exceptionally well, and it depends on how hard the maps get. Once the maps reach a certain point, our strengths really don't matter, because the maps are just going to be too difficult. So it really comes down to what we're going to see in the group, or at the semifinals showcase later today.
I'm frightened just thinking of it.